Hey everyone, today I have a sketchbook tour for you. Let me start off by saying that this is actually a customized sketchbook made by the Society of Physical Disabled here in Singapore. So this is not a sketchbook you can find at retail or online stores. This sketchbook was made with Lana Aquarelle watercolor paper, which I have reviewed on my YouTube channel. See this here, Lana Aquarelle. So the paper, by the way, it's excellent for watercolor. It's quite similar to Archers. The quality is definitely right up there with Archers and Fabriano. So for the first half of this sketchbook, I actually painted the pages with color swatches. So these two pages here, they have the Daniel Smith Ultimate Mixing Set, the colors from that set. I cannot remember exactly how many colors there are, but these are some of the colors. Maybe I've added some additional ones. I cannot really remember. And these are the 12 colors that I have from my 2018 palette. Lemon Yellow, New Gamboge, Raw Sienna, Quinacridone Red, Quinacridone Magenta, Permanent Brown, Phthalo Blue, Ultramarine, Cerulean Blue Chromium, Sap Green, Phthalo Green, and Burnt Sienna. I think I have swapped out some colors. I am definitely going to swap out Phthalo Green because you can get Phthalo Green very easily with Phthalo Blue and Lemon Yellow. These are the colors from Nila Colori. I have reviewed their set before as well. And these are the colors from Kramer Pigments box set number 1. This is one of my favorite box sets. It comes with 14 full pans and the price is US $80 if I remember correctly, if you get it from their website. The shipping is not included. But for US $80, you get 14 full pans and the quality of the colors really top notch. So it's really worth the money. This is probably one of the best value watercolor box sets out there. These are the 8 colors from the Zanelli Aqua Mini. And these are the 12 colors from the Winsor Newton Cotman brush pen set. Marie Blue on the left. These are colors from the introductory set. And here I have some Daniel Smith Primatech colors. These are very granulating colors, very beautiful. And these are some of the yellows from Daniel Smith. So you notice here, some of the boxes are big, but some are small. I actually drew the boxes big, and several months later I realized that there are a lot more yellows than the boxes that I've drawn. So for these boxes here, I actually divided them into smaller and smaller boxes. Anyway, I have switched over to using those cut out watercolor paper to swatch the colors rather than have them in the book like this, because if you swatch your colors in a sketchbook like this, it looks nice, but you are going to be limited by the number of pages in that sketchbook. And in the future, if the brand releases more colors, then you may not have the extra pages to fill those colors. Or if the brand doesn't have that many colors, then you may actually have some blank pages in your sketchbooks. So these are the reds from Daniel Smith. Some of my favorite yellows would be Hansa Yellow Medium, Lemon Yellow, New Gamboge is very nice. If you want a single pigment warm yellow, you can consider Hansa Yellow Deep, PY65. Azo Yellow is a very, I think among the mid yellows here, Azo Yellow is probably the most intense. This is even more intense compared to Hansa Yellow Medium. This is from Daniel Smith Series 3, so this is more expensive compared to Hansa Yellow Medium. But it's a really nice and strong color. Nickel Azo Yellow is very nice as well, PY150. And this is the new quinacridone gold formula, PO48, PY150. The previous formula that they use, I remember, if I remember correctly, it's PO49. Mayan yellow and Indian yellow, these two are quite nice. But for Mayan yellow, it's not totally light fast, at least according to Daniel Smith's description. For the reds, well, Daniel Smith, they have a lot of beautiful reds. And the ones that I'm using are quinacridone red and quinacridone magenta. I know a lot of people, they love quinacridone rose, PV19. Quinacridone red is also PV19. So these two, this is more, I would say, reddish, and this is more towards magenta, a bit cooler, relatively speaking. We have quinacridone, sorry, deep scarlet is also a rather beautiful color, PR175. Quinacridone coral, PR209, it's also a pretty beautiful color. Mayan red is very nice, but it's not totally light fast. I actually love Mayan red because you can see some sort of texture in it. And the only other red that has texture is Potter's pink here at the bottom right. For the scarlet, they look pretty similar. Pyro scarlet and anthraquinite scarlet, they look pretty similar. Pyro red, it's more, well, it's a bit cooler compared to pyro scarlet. So if you need like a very warm scarlet, a warm red, pyro scarlet or anthraquinite scarlet, these two are the colors to go for. And if you need a cool red, then you can consider quinacridone rose or rose madder permanent. And if you need magenta, consider quinacridone magenta and quinacridone lilac. These are the blues. My favorite blues would be phthalo blue, ultramarine or French ultramarine, and cerulean blue chromium. Another one of my favorite would be cobalt blue deep, more specifically Kramer Pigments cobalt blue deep because of the beautiful granulation. And these are the Daniel Smith earth colors. Daniel Smith has a lot of earth colors, so it can be quite difficult to choose like the perfect one for you. So you really have to test them out yourself, but I mean, there are just too many colors to test. My favorites would be, of course, burnt sienna. Raw sienna is very nice as well for mixing skin tones. Transparent brown oxide has very beautiful granulation. And let's see what else we have here. Moon Glow has beautiful granulation as well. These are the greens. So I have this blank page here, which I'm probably going to fill it up with more greens. These are the, let's see what these are. These are the burnt sienna and the transparent red oxide and all those pigments that are PBR7 and PR101. So Winsor & Newton's burnt sienna is PR101. Other brands, they use PBR7, and for PBR7 there are so many different variations. I'm not sure if you can hear the noise outside. It's actually raining quite heavily. I was actually about to go for lunch, but now it's raining really heavily. I should have left like 30 minutes ago. These are the new 9 colors from White Nights, the colors that they released in 2019. White Nights, by the way, they are really value for money. They are box sets and they are painted tubes. They are very affordable, way more affordable compared to other brands. And for the second half of this sketchbook, I have some drawings, some sketches. Many of these sketches are actually from the tutorials that I have created for my patrons. Patreon, by the way, is a monthly subscription service where you can pledge a certain dollar amount to support the artist that you like. So on Patreon, I have a lot of tutorials. So this is a sketch painted with a limited color palette that's made with Stephen Quiller paint. This is transparent yellow medium PY154, Queen Magenta PR122, and Cobalt Blue Deep PB74. This version of Cobalt Blue Deep, it doesn't have as much granulation compared to Kramer pigment and some other brands. And this Queen Magenta PR122 is different from Daniel Smith's Queen Magenta, which is PR202. So different brands, they may actually use the same name but different pigments. So this is the sketch, and this is another sketch drawn for my patrons. This is a rather muted color palette, so it's quite suitable for gloomy or cloudy day scenes. This is the Church of St. Nicholas in Amsterdam. Many of the sketches, if not all of the sketches, they were drawn with the help of reference photo, and many of them you may have seen them in YouTube time-lapse videos or some short tutorials. So this is a simple two-color sketch, and I think this color here, it's Mayan red if I remember correctly. And here, this is a sketch for, I think, for my patrons as well. This is a cathedral in Hanoi. Actually, I have wrote down the name somewhere. And here I have some Renaissance intense colors: transparent yellow PY150, cadmium red pale PR108, and cobalt turquoise PG50. And this is the sketch. I actually like this sketch a lot. I think the colors, they work really well together. More specifically, I like the orange and the blue. This cobalt turquoise, it's really nice. You can just paint on the, you can just paint on it, sorry, you can just paint with it straight away from the tube, and you don't really require any mixing because it's not those like phthalo colors, very attention grabbing. This is a very soft, pleasing color, and this particular color palette works really well when it comes to mixing grays. These grays, they are very lovely. So this is probably my favorite sketch among all the sketches that you see. And this is a boathouse in Amsterdam. This was also drawn for my patrons. Actually, all these sketches, they look like they were drawn for my patrons. Here's a more detailed sketch of this dragon that's on the roof of a temple. It's very, how should I say? It's very tedious when it comes to drawing and painting such detailed sketches. So this one took me quite a long time, but the result is quite satisfying. And here I have some, I'm not sure why I chose these particular colors to paint here. Here on the right side, oh, I remember, I was trying to select the most granulating colors to use as a limited color palette. So these are some of the colors that I tested. And this is the sketch with some of these colors. So I chose a really granulating palette for this sketch. This is a street scene in Hanoi. And the last page here, I have the lunar colors from Daniel Smith. Lunar Earth, Lunar Red Rock, Lunar Blue, Lunar Violet, Lunar Black, and this last color here, it's Moon Glow. My initial plan was to fill this sketchbook with swatches, but at the midway point I realized it's a bit limiting, so that's why I have all these sketches towards the back. So thanks for watching, and do consider supporting me on Patreon. Patreon is what allows me to create such content and the many videos you see on my YouTube channel, and that's also one of the main reasons why you don't see obnoxious ad from those Square something or Skill something companies. I have received so many emails from those two companies and I have always turned them down. I don't need the extra money because I have support from my wonderful patrons and you guys. So thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye!